Or if one's going to be like translator.
Are you sure? You don't want to put one of each in?
What's that?
Oh.
I think we're going to have.
Now I'm part of the leadership. Yeah, I've never been. Barbara Johnson really encouraged me.
Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Tony, right? See you. Hi.
Oh, yes. Do you know anyone who's looking for like people like
Good question. Yeah. I don't. That's off the top of my head.
They will
Well,
it's still happy.
yeah, that's good. We're happy to have you.
I tell you, I was when it happened.
Did you see that? You see Debbie?
Put you on the agenda.
So after that. I think true, like, I don't know. There's so many organizations that
You're in Miles. You're in Miles. Is that right? Well, then let's just. I worked there.
Well, I don't did you ask for it? So, open up to DC, operations as far as all.
And you're just going to keep your eye on this, just make everything's recorded. Sometimes there'll be questions in the chat.
No, answer.
Yeah, so answer them or let us know and then we can ask them. Okay.
Yeah.
Is everything else going well for you?
Yeah, it's all right.
12 week 12, you have 4 weeks left in the semester, and next semester. You're almost there.
Freedom. Freedom.
Freedom soon. Sit next to you.
I should have brought my glasses. Hi, how are you, sir?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that barcode thing, or not barcode, QR code.
Yes.
Like I finished it, but like I never sent it. Like you still need it?
Yes, we'll need that for, yes, I'll get that. We'll have to put it on the flyer.
Okay, because like it's supposed to be also be to the donation part.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, today, first day back.
First day back.
First 2 hours back. I think I hit the 4-hour mark today.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
This is Tony. He's our intern for
Nice to meet
this
you.
fall semester. He's been helping us out.
Yeah, well, glad you're back. Me too. I'm excited. Yay, yay. Say hi. You get a card too? Everyone gets a card.
Oh, sweet. It's like Oprah.
Someone pick a card.
All right, everybody, good afternoon and welcome to the Fullerton Collaborative meeting. We're so glad that you all could be here today. So we have a packed meeting lined up today, and so we're going to try to keep on a timeline as much as we can. But I think this is going to be a very informative meeting and really talking about some serious issues in our city. So anyways, we're so glad to have you all here, and I want to welcome. My name's Jay, and I'm the current chair of the collaborative and the founder of OC United, and I'm really happy to have you here. So today, our topic is we're just going to be talking about how can we be supportive and caring in our local immigrant communities in light of all the current situations that's been going on federally with policies and as we talk about ICE raids. So we're going to be talking about some very sensitive conversations today. We're going to have a panel that's going to share and then we're going to invite you to respond and to give us information from you and how you see yourself or your organization participating in making a difference in our city. So that's kind of the agenda for today. I'm going to turn it over to Amy, who's going to explain what we're doing with these cards that you just received.
Yes. So we just passed out this flashcard. So what we would like to have from you is your name and your contact information. And as you guys are hearing from the panelists, you can write down some of the needs that you see from your organization and some of the resources or programs you already provide. Because we thought it would be really nice if we all know what everybody's doing. And then once you fill out that information, we'll collect it, and at the end, we'll share the information with the group here. Because I think that's gonna help us collaborate, because sometimes, we may see a need, and your organization might be doing that already. And then there might be other organizations that can use your help. So, in this way, we can all make a connection and make us work a little bit easier. So once again, please put your name, your organization's name, and your contact information, like an email or a phone number would be great. And then as you're reflecting on what is being said by our panelists, think about programs, resources, partnerships, or values your organization either needs or can contribute. So thank you.
Perfect, thank you. Jason Phillips. Most of you know Jason Phillips. He's been a part of this collaborative for a long, long time. And I'll have him give us a quick update on what he's been up to. And he's also going to kind of set the stage for our conversation this afternoon.
Thanks. I was on a 2+ year ban from the collaborative and it just finally lifted. So I see a lot of people who haven't seen in a long time. Well served, yes, I deserved it. I always got dates wrong. And I always had someone to correct me. But want to give a little bit of some framing to the conversation and what a lot of us have already been trying to do in trying to come alongside our neighbors right now who are deeply impacted in this. And back in July, we gathered an interfaith group with Oko, who I now work with, and fellow colleague Landy, who's over there. And we gathered a group to try and figure out a response. What could our communities, our faith communities, do in the midst of this struggle? And so we started this group, Fullerton is our home, and with a narrative of just unconditional belonging. And we started with some healing circles that then led to healing circles just listening, a little bit of what we're going to be doing today and listening to our neighbors impacted. We had a vigil, and then we showed up at city council 3 times, once for an amicus brief and then 2 times for funding. Last Tuesday, council voted 3-2 to table legal aid fund, which would go to helping our neighbors who are being impacted to have due process. I show up at the immigration courts, often at least try and go once a week to just bear witness and show up and provide resources. And those who have lawyers continue to be here. Those without lawyers, their cases are dismissed and they're directly escorted out the back door into a van. So we wanted to get some aid for our neighbors. And so they voted 3-2 against that, and also $100,000 for direct aid for families impacted. But when we say Fullerton is our home, it's really more than a slogan. What we're trying to do is name a way of seeing and living in our city, which a collaborative is already all about, right? That people belong here, not because of anything they do or provide, but because our neighbors are intrinsically valuable. They are a gift. They're not a problem to be solved, but a gift to be received. And unconditional belonging means that there's no hoops to jump through to be seen, no performance to be loved. And it's a kind of belonging that we've been inviting our city to practice and live into. But we know the reality is different, right? We all serve people who often go unseen and unheard, right? And policies and decisions made by our local city government all the way on up affect their belonging and how they're seen. We have physical barriers of belonging in our city, right? Of north and south, a train track that rides through this city that separates so many from each other. And so the thought was, well, when mass agents show up, when children are afraid to go to school because they're not sure if their parents will be home when they return, that how can we create a city where we practice belonging even in the midst of the opposite of that? And so it's not a matter, belonging isn't a matter of agreeing. We don't have to agree on the same things, but what we can do is stand in the same space and say your story, right? Which is an individual story, where people aren't defined by one single story, but that your story and who you are matters. And so it's not about feeling, but it's about putting into practice. True infrastructure of our city isn't just pavement, which we all know our roads need repair. It's not about lighting. It's not about all those things. It's really about us and a larger we of all of us belonging, all of us matter, and all of us being cared for. And this is what we at Oko call the people's economy, where it's all of ours, and we're invited in to this greater we. And what happens when we start to invest, not just in the things of a city, but really the people of our city, which again is exactly what everyone who comes to these meetings and is a part of the collaborative does. And that's why when I first started coming to the collaborative, I was like, this is the greatest gift in our city, right? This is where the gold is. These are the people I want to be around who are practicing unconditional belonging. We're practicing cherishing our neighbors and coming alongside them. And so today's panel represents folks in our city, and they're going to share their story. And I'm assuming what their losses and sufferings are. And so today, just really want to invite you to listen deeply to the stories, to hear, think about the resources you have and what you know, and how we as a greater we can continue to invite our city government, and those in power to partner with us as we make a city that says Fullerton is a home for everyone and everyone who belongs unconditionally.
Perfect. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Okay, so you see our esteemed panel up in the front. We had some changes in the last few minutes as I was contacting people. So unfortunately, the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods was not able to be represented today, was not feeling well, as was Gabby Garcia with OC United in the Valencia Park neighborhood. She wasn't able to be here today. But we do have Bethany Anderson, who will be representing the Maple community, and Maria Figueroa, come on up here, and Rosanna Fonseca. This is our first time to have Rosanna join our meeting today, and I just pulled her right up here into the panel, and she's going to be joining us. And I'll have each of our panelists introduce themselves and tell about the neighborhood that they're representing. But as Jason's already talked about, how has your community been impacted by recent ICE raids and current federal policies and everything that's taken place in the last month or so? How has that impacted your community, your friends, and your neighborhood? That's the question that we're going to be listening to today. And so I'm going to come over to Bethany and let Bethany go first, please.
Hello, I'm Bethany. I'm the Executive Director of Solidarity, also the Executive Director of Camino Immigration Services. But I'm going to wear my Solidarity hat for right now. I'll put my Camino hat on in a few minutes. But Solidarity works in 2 neighborhoods in Fullerton. The community around Maple Elementary. We're also still in Fullerton, but school district Yorba Linda Placentia, the Garnett community. Both are dense communities with high numbers of undocumented residents, but most of our families and homes in the communities that we serve in are mixed status. So some folks in the home are going to be have legal status, natural born U.S. citizens, naturalized citizens, or legal permanent residents, or some other kind of status. And then family members are also just completely undocumented. So what we saw over the summer and carrying on into now is just the beauty and the challenge. I'm really hesitant to focus just on the challenge and the hard parts because there's so much beauty that comes out of communities like ours that really truly understand suffering and understand resilience. And so what we've seen is just the juxtaposition of that. Real struggling, real fear. Folks that are not leaving their homes, that are sending out teenagers younger than they would otherwise to work, to help provide for the family. Sending out youngest or family members that do have legal status to do all of the errands for the household. And at the same time, we're seeing real beauty and resistance to challenges from especially like the young 20s, 30-year-olds that do have legal status and their parents are undocumented, organizing themselves to care for one another, creating mutual aid funds to look out for one another, doing the grocery shopping for neighbors when they're grocery shopping for their mom, checking in on neighbors and grocery shopping for everybody. Even organizing patrols to check vulnerable spots around our communities to see if there's ICE presence and letting the rest of the neighbors know that it's safe or it's not safe to go outside. So I hold those two truths, every day of my life, that it is extremely difficult and it is extremely stressful for families and communities like ours. And it is also birthing just real beauty and community. But it's not enough. There is not enough from just our own efforts to raise the money and to meet the needs. It's not enough. We're always kind of trying to figure out how we can continue to meet all of the needs.
My name is Rosanna Fonseca, and like I said, I just walked in at 2. I think for us, I work for the Fullerton School District. I'm the Director of Social Emotional Learning and Family Supports. We have 2 board members here, Vanessa Estrella and Ruby Hanchett, and they really have been at the forefront. Actually, our entire board has really been at the forefront of this work. We began to support families in trained staff in December of last year, even before the inauguration. We just wanted to get ahead of as much as possible with the information we had. So there's really been, I feel like we've been very proactive about the work we've done. And so we haven't had, that we know of, that many families that are directly impacted. We have had families through the school district whose children have been, who have been affected. But with that being said, we really are trying to be as proactive as possible. One of the things, this morning I was doing an immigration presentation at one of the schools, so we're going to all 20 schools, and just really making sure that they have all the information they know. And I think really we've been working to make sure that they realize school is a safe place. And if you don't feel safe, we do have other options. We have, a homeschool option. We have a virtual option. We educated our parents to the best of our ability, and we also have a group of staff. They're called social services assistants, and they really are our hands and feet. They really are those relationships. They call the parents. They let them know. We've had a lot of big events where we've had actually like Know Your Rights and have had Camino come and do some of the work there. But really being at the school sites, that's where you hear the stories, those intimate stories. Today, one of the parents was saying that on her way to school walking, she had another little boy, a friend of her son's, telling her this story of what from what he hears on television and his parents telling him. He's just almost like a movie that he's just made up in his brain, and sort of saying how important it is to limit what the children see, to make sure that they are not mentally ready to be able to digest. But also then sharing with her. We actually have a lot of supports. Our district has mental health associates, they have counselors, they have we have Hazel Health, which is online. We have Daybreak, which also provides family supports. And so this is a time where I think a lot of the parents feel like it's their burden to bear. But really there are organizations like the school district that are there to support them and come alongside them. We have a partnership with Camino Immigration Services where twice a month any family in the district can come and have a consultation. We really, last week we provided boxes for food for, over I think close to 400 families. No, 300 and something individuals. And so we're for families that don't want to leave their home, we will deliver the groceries to their home. We really are trying to support them in every way we can as a school district. And we really, as a district, and I've shared this with the parents, our board did a resolution That wasn't necessary. It wasn't an obligation. It was out of their heart and conviction to stand with our families. And I think that that's very to the community and the district that we have, and the supports that we give our students and their families.
My name is Mireya Figueroa and she's Sandra Mejia. We're from Woodcrest community. Our community start from residents. And we been collaborating with Also United and Vanessa Estrella. She's been helping us a lot in our community. Due to the unemployment and the cut in food stamps, a lot of families, they've been impacted. Many people, they're afraid to go outside and go to the store. And we understand, Vanessa, she's been helping us a lot. Also United, thank you, Jay, the food truck, it used to come like every week. Now, we're still waiting for, to see if the truck, if they're gonna be in our community. And this is helping us a lot to our community. But sometimes it's really sad because there's a family that they don't wanna go outside. And this is gonna affect our children's. And because there's gonna be a lot of stress, a lot of the parents that getting so stressed out, and who's gonna pay the consequence? Our children. So thank you so much for the mental health. It will be
The only process for him to access legal status is to go through a 3-step process. The first step is a family petition establishing that he is married legally and authentically to a U.S. citizen. And then there are 2 more steps, a waiver for his time here without status, and then a return interview in his home country, and then granted, if that all goes well, granted legal permanent resident status and allowed to re-enter. That process takes anywhere from 3 to 6 years depending. So that I-130, which is the family petition, was filed for this client. We filed it 2 years ago. Last week, he received an interview notice. Never in the 10 years that I have been practicing immigration law has a client who filed a standalone family petition been given an interview notice. This is a trap. If he goes to the interview notice, he will be detained and he will be put in removal proceedings, because this is the shift in how policy and how our law is being implemented. If he doesn't go, he's automatically denied and put into removal proceedings. So when I filed this family petition for him 2 years ago, I could have not imagined a world in which me being proactive and helping him get legal, do things the right way, would now put him between a rock and a hard place. This is very fresh for me because this is a conversation I had 3 hours ago. And this is one example of conversations I'm having with my clients every single day, because not only are we getting phone calls from people that are being picked up on street corners, US citizens that are being detained by ICE, or people that have some kind of legal status, or those that are completely undocumented, and having to consult on what are their options and what can be done and what can't be done, and what is best. Stay in detention and fight, sign a paper and go back to your home country and be barred for 10 or 20 years because the bars do exist. It's not so simple. Go back and then come back. So there's that reality that we're dealing with, which requires removal defense, because now they're in a court system that requires someone to represent them in a defensive case to defend their rights to stay here in this country. But also in the backdoor dismantling of our legal immigration system, or people that are the low-hanging fruit, the ones that have shared all of their information with immigration in an attempt to do things the legal way, are now being rerouted to removal proceedings as well, and being put in front of a judge, now forced to now make a defensive case for themselves. Removal defense to hire an attorney is anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000. There is a very small pool that California had granted some organizations about 8 months ago, before we knew what was going to happen. And that funding is not available for renewal or reconsideration until 2028. So we have a huge gap in need in our community, specifically even here in Fullerton, of folks that we would serve if they were eligible for affirmative relief, but that's not what is needed. What is needed is removal defense. And so we're in the process of setting up a removal defense program under Camino, trying to recruit attorneys to take pro bono cases, even if they're non-immigration attorneys, getting them trained really quickly, doing a lot of the work behind the scenes for them, and me myself trying to move personally into doing removal defense, which is a process for me because I have to apply actually to practice in front of the court. So I'm in that process right now. We're scrambling to meet the need, as are any other organization that directly serves immigrants through legal services. So I hope that that's helpful in understanding like where the gap is, and that we'll take money for sure, but we need to build a removal defense program here in Fullerton, and that is going to require a significant amount of money in order to do that and to do it well, to make sure that, as Jason said, that when folks go into these court cases, that they are represented well and advocated for well. Does that answer everything?
All right, thank you, Bethany. Yes. I'm sure they are but I personally have not been connected. Would happy to be connected though. Would be happy to be connected. Okay. Yeah, we can chat. All right, Bethany and panel, thank you so much for sharing and opening up your story. We really appreciate you and be willing to be vulnerable with us. So, to take Elizabeth's question to the next level, we want to talk about funding. So one of the things, Jason mentioned the group that Fullerton is our home and all about belonging. And so the last two city councils, this will actually, as he mentioned, since June, they have been organizing themselves and trying to create awareness and also coming to our city and actually asking them to help with funding. So there was a petition that was put out for the city to like 3 other cities in Orange County to consider providing funding that would help address the issues that our panel just shared with us. And this last Tuesday, our city council tabled the discussion. So as we talk about funding, right now we're beginning just to say, all right, we care, and we can't sit back and do nothing. We need to do something. We need to organize ourselves and figure out what can we do. And so I'm very excited to introduce you all Victoria Torres, who is the head of the Fullerton Community Foundation. She's going to tell you a little bit about kind of what we're trying to offer in this conversation.
Thanks, Dave. Hi, again, so you've all seen me before, Victoria Torres. So as a reminder, the Fullerton Community Foundation is a committee under the Fullerton Collaborative. So it's not a brand new or nonprofit. The board got a task force together and identified, hey, there's people that want to give in the community, but how do we, be that beacon of awareness? And the Fullerton Collaborative already meets. So we became a committee under the collaborative. So I just want to make that clear. We, like all of you, have been following everything going on. Jay was a part of our committee, so he had shared what was going on in the community. Beyond just what was shared with the panel, we also know that staff assistance is coming to a close, and there's always a need for rental assistance. So in the short term, what the Fullerton Community Foundation Committee has decided to do is to put up a campaign. So we have a link where anyone will be able to donate. And the Community Foundation has a little bit of money from previous donors in the past. So we're starting it off at $5,000, and we're going to put it out to the community for a match. We actually already have some businesses and individuals that want to add to that match, and so we're working with them to talk to them. So we will have the link pretty soon. And because we are small, our capacity is small. We are volunteers. There's no paid staff doing this. We decided to identify the 2 organizations in advance that would receive just a 50-50 split, and those 2 organizations are Camino to help add to the fund that Bethany was just talking about. And then also Pathways of Hope for rental assistance and food, because they already have a fund for rental assistance. And also with the choice market that they operate, there's also embedded resources into that facility. So when individuals go there, they're not just getting food, they're also seeing a case manager, they're getting assessed for other things. And we're hoping that this, thank you for sitting next to each other, we're hoping that this also cinches further partnerships so that if either of the two organizations have clients that need one another, it's a nice referral system back and forth, okay? So like I said, it's a very small amount, but it is something, Elizabeth, to address your question and concern, that there are people in our community that want to give. I know there's a lot of food drives going on right now, but there are people out there who do want to give monetarily. And if you're not sure where to give, this is a start. We will also have a direct link to each of the organizations in the campaign. If you're like, you know what, I want all of it. I want all of it to go to Camino, or I want all of it to go to Pathways. We do not want to be seen as a committee or org that is taking away money from the nonprofits, but we are aware, having spent time in philanthropy, that there are a lot of people out there that want to give and don't know where to start. And so this is that link. It's, here's your start. And as they give, we want to follow up. We want to talk with them and say, thank you for your $25. Thank you for your $100. What made you want to give, and how can we help you give more? So that is the whole purpose of the Fullerton Community Foundation. It's to grow philanthropy and direct that philanthropy to all of you. So we felt like this was a good opportunity to expand upon that. Okay, so we hope to have it ready in a couple days. Just waiting for some additional information from the org, and then also see if we can get some other matching gifts. And if all goes well, maybe we'll have another campaign for Giving Tuesday after the holidays. And I have one more since I'm up here. The other thing in December, so our committee will be hosting the topic. And we heard from a lot of our nonprofit partners that they wanted some topics around fundraising. So we're actually going to have 1OC come and talk about their membership. And part of their membership, they offer the ICAT, which is the assessment tool, but they also offer Grant Station. So if you're a member of 1OC, you get access to their Grant Station portal. And so we're going to do a little demo on that benefit. So that will be a preview of next month's topic. Okay.
Thank you, Victoria. All right, Amy's gonna share with us a little bit about what amazing treasures we have in our room here as we want to be proactive.
So we collected some of the flashcards, and we know there are different organizations, but it's also important to know who is here and who we can talk to. So I just wanted to identify a couple people from the flashcards that we received. Maria Elena Jones, can you just raise your hand so people can see who you are? Thank you. She's the first dean of VP for Women's Club of Fullerton. And Women's Club of Fullerton has been providing support to our local community by supporting charitable organizations in the area of wellness, advocate for children, legislation, arts, culture, and civic engagement. If you would like to learn a little bit more about how you can work with Women's Club of Fullerton, please talk to Maria after the meeting today. And then I want to identify James Kennedy one more time from Pathways of Hope. As we mentioned, they do provide food and rental assistance depending on eligibility, but those are the two services. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about it, James is right there. So please stop by and talk to him. Meals on Wheels of Fullerton. We have Carol Penkow from it. Can you raise your hand, Carol? Thank you so much. They do food delivery, frozen and cold meals to homebound senior citizens, I would
There's
say.
not an age limit, but typically it is.
Okay, it's run by volunteers. So I'm part of NCL,
Yeah.
and we do drive these, we take about 10 meals per route to the people who are receiving meals from them. So if you wanna know how that works, please talk to Carol after the meeting. And then can I see Elizabeth Hansberg? Can you raise your hand? And she's from peopleforhousing.org, and they're the resources on how to apply for affordable housing at Point Common. So if you need to get that information, please talk to Elizabeth after the meeting.
The Point Common Property Management is here today.
Oh, okay.
So it's the window of time to get on that interest list ends at the 30th of this month. So this is a brief window of time, but the information is available in English now, in Spanish and Korean, and there's flyers.
The flyers on that table?
Yes, they are.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
If
So-
anybody needs technical assistance understanding the process, we can help with that.
Thank you so much for being here today. And then Alexis, Anaya, can you raise your hand? Oh, you wanna raise a little bit higher so everybody can see? The community program specialist from OC Goes Solar. So they specialize in resources on renewable energy and other educational services, but they might be able to provide support for other initiatives they can find space for. So if you have any questions, please approach them. I think that's it. Thank you so much. And if you have more, please give it to us. We have an intern here for Fullerton Collaborative. He's gonna put a list and then we'll share with everybody here that came to the meeting today.
Yes. So we're gonna task Tony to do
Tony
that.
doesn't know.
He's a resource. He's a
He
resource.
just got volunteered.
He's like, okay, I'll do it. Thanks, Tony. And he's live streaming, so we have people online that are, hi. Okay. We also have Jennifer Garcia. She's with First Lutheran Church. They have hot meals on Tuesdays and a pantry on Wednesdays. So connect with Jennifer if you want more information about that. Jerry, fantastic resource. He's putting together databases around the homeless, the veterans, crisis intervention, human trafficking. He's your resource. An amazing photographer too for the Fullerton Observer. So connect with him as well for his wealth information. And then Crystal is here from the Community Health Initiative. So
That's
we're
Crystal
great.
right there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. All right. So with that, we're going to turn it over to our subcommittees.
So we'll have quick updates from our subcommittee. So Linda, are you here? Saw you earlier.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda Pietro, I'm the urban learning specialist with Fullerton School District and we're part of the urban committee. So I am the chair for that and our next meeting will be December 9th. And it will be via Google.
Over here, James Kennedy.
Hello, good afternoon. So for the homelessness subcommittee, our next meeting is gonna be next Wednesday in person. It is at St. Andrews, the address is up there. And we will be hearing from one of our committee members, all of us, on some of the services that we provide.
Good afternoon, Dave DeLeon. I'm with the Next Gen Committee, of which I'm co-chairing with Amy and Bev. We are having, first of all, I did attend the youth committee meeting that was held a couple weeks ago. I tell you, that group is really, really good, and I'm very impressed with them. I have extended an invitation for them to come and speak before this group, and we're hoping they can do that. They are in school, but hopefully they can at least come out and see what's kind of happening here and how we're going to support them. Our next meeting is on 11/12 at 10 a.m. It's a Zoom meeting. We'll be discussing a little bit about the Government Day, which is going to be hosted by the city, and we're going to support it. But also going to start talking about the Youth Summit, which is scheduled shortly after that. Thank you.
Perfect. Debbie for health and wellness.
We are healthy. Come and join us on the 3rd of December via Zoom. We normally meet the 4th Wednesday of every month, but that lands right before Thanksgiving. So this the following week is our meeting, and we'll be discussing the strategic plan. We've been working on how we can help the city and also the community kind of connect and have these fantastic opportunities and resources to be healthy in the city.
Perfect. All right. So these are our monthly subcommittees that meet and are doing good work and inviting all of us together to collaborate to get things done together. But I wanted to take a minute. Do we have some folks that are in here? This is your first time to come to the Fullerton Collaborative. So I want to just have you stand up, and if you just introduce yourself, tell us how you got here. And
Yeah, my
I mean, not by car, but what brought you here?
Hi, I'm Crystal Mita. I'm the outreach coordinator for CHIOP. I'm new in my role, so this is why it's my first meeting. But I think it's always great having collaboratives within each city. It's a lot of unity. So basically, what CHIOP does is we help with enrollments for various types of benefit programs. So that can be from Medi-Cal, Medicare, SNAP, Kaiser, CHCP. I think we do about 6 or 7. I do have flyers if you guys would like some. So that's kind of a little spiel. Did you want a spiel like that or no?
That was perfect. You set the example very well. Thank you.
So, yeah.
All right. Who else?
Can you give them the microphone, Jay, just so that they can hear them? Thanks.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lani Morales. I am a community organizer with OCO. We're a faith-rooted organization that advocates for policy change in immigration, housing, and education. And I'm also part of the Fullerton Home Coalition. And I'm here because Jay told me to come.
Landy is an amazing, she's a Fullertonian her whole life, and she's just an amazing leader doing amazing work, and it's been a pleasure to get to know her and work alongside her. Rosanna, you got to meet her, but you can share what your capacity is.
So my name is Rosanna Fonseca, and I got invited because I asked Jenny to invite me. There was a Fullerton Collaborative meeting, so she invited me this morning, and then I came. So this is kind of overseeing family supports for the district. I think this is a committee that I should have been a part of a long time ago. I didn't realize, this is fantastic.
We are so glad that you're here, and I really appreciate and admire the amazing work that you guys have done in our school district. We're super proud of you all. Who else? First time, okay.
Sorry guys, I'm a little soft-spoken, so the microphone was needed, but hi guys, my name's Diana Covarrubias. I am with Casa de la Familia, I'm the outreach coordinator. I actually heard about this committee through a couple other peers, and actually with January too. So happy to see a lot of familiar faces. If you guys haven't heard of our org, we are a nonprofit that provides mental health services for the whole family unit. And within that space, we also specialize with victims of crime. So we do immigration evaluations, we do the counseling. So if anyone needs additional mental health support, we got you guys. We actually had our office here on the Commonwealth for a long time. So I feel like this meeting is the meeting I should have been here a long time ago, but I'm glad that I'm finally here. So glad to meet you guys, and let me know if we can help you guys with anything else.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? This is your first time meeting. We have a few minutes left, so if there's any special announcements that you would like to share with the whole group, we'll take a few minutes to kind of work around the room. I'll start over here and kind of just go this way, and if you have a short announcement, please keep it short so we can be on time here and get out when we can. Okay?
Hi, my name is Linda Kramer with the Orange County Power Authority, and we are working really hard to figure out how to be a community resource. I will mention the most important thing is we have our Calpine Community Benefits Grants for nonprofits, a not-for-profit energy provider in the city of Fullerton. If you serve Fullerton in anything that's health and emission related, and if you have community gardens or local farming initiatives or anything like that, if you're a school and you can partner with the foundation, we encourage you to apply. They're due November 14th. They're relatively simple grants as grants go, so please, there's flyers up there, or you can come and find me. And then one more thing is we have a lithium battery safety flyers, and just to let you know, that is the most, our e-bikes and our even phones and devices catch on fire, and this is just ways to keep families safe.
Okay, the e-bike conversation, maybe that'll be a topic for another meeting.
So I'm Christina Moreno Donato from Cal State Fullerton, Center for Internships and Community Engagement. It's November, it's time to recruit your academic interns. So I gave you a flyer, but my apologies. We have a new website, but it takes you to you just click on our name and it'll take you to the new website. It has like really big buttons and easy to find and navigate. So, but if you have any questions, you can contact me. I will be sending an email blast probably this Friday to everybody who's already on my list. And so just look out for that to recruit your students for spring.
Thank you. Moving right along here.
I just wanted to share on my church. So I go to Friendship Baptist Church in Yorba Linda, and we actually have, it's called the Good Samaritan Food Pantry. We've had it now, it's Tuesdays through Thursdays. It's from 2:30 to 4:30. The family comes up, they ask them how many in their family, and they give them bags, and it's everything. It's meat, it's cheese, it's milk, it's, baby things. And I also wanted to share with the young lady, Victoria, contact Orange County Community Foundation. Contact them. And talk to Tammy Tumley. Tell her Maria Jones told you to come.
Oh, Deborah, is there a way to pull that picture up again? Yeah. Hi, everybody. Patty from Colosi. We're an environmental nonprofit based in Orange County. A couple months ago, we asked you all for your feedback on where air quality issues might exist in the community. And based on your feedback, that mobile air monitoring car is driving around the city, just trying to measure the air quality. So keep an eye out for it. I've already heard from a few people that they've seen it on the road. If you see it, please snap a picture and send it to me. We love to see your feedback at work. And then we hope to be able to present some good data based on your valuable feedback in the spring. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to make an announcement that the affordable housing community meeting information session is just now. It's at 5:30. It's across the street at the community center. A representative from the property management company will be there. Even if you yourself do not need affordable housing, if you serve the population that does, I would highly encourage you to go. This is the opportunity for people to get on the interest list. Selection is going to be done by lottery, so it's not a rush to get there first, but the window of time to apply is short. It's between now and the 30th of the month. And there are flyers over here, and if people need assistance with identifying, how do I compute my household income, we have resources that can help you understand that process. And then we also have resources about what documentation families need to start gathering, because the amount of time between when you're selected and when you have to produce these documents is rather short. It can be anywhere between 1 and 3 weeks, maybe a month, with the holidays coming. I know they are gonna give some extra time, but just to kind of get the resources out there, we have it in English and in Spanish, so make that available. I have to go, but Debbie has my email. If anybody needs to reach me, please feel free to reach out. Hi, George, seriously.
Thank you, Elizabeth. This is a great story for the city of Fullerton. We want to see you and your neighborhoods have the chance to be in this place, and then we want to see this multiplied times 100, so that there's more of that in our city, more providing great affordable housing. Anybody else moving along here?
Thank you. I got two events that I want to talk about. One is the Veterans Resource event that's being held on Thursday, the 20th of November, at 849 Bradford in Placentia. It's going to run from 8 till 3, so it's just resources for veterans, and it's all free. The other one is Samaritan Purse has their headquarters for the West Coast in Fullerton, and they are getting ready for their Operation Christmas. It runs from mid-November to mid-December, and they are looking to hire forklift operators and warehouse workers. So if anybody's interested in that, they can contact me, or I'll give them the information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
I guess you guys can hear me right. Not so much an event that we're doing, but just the urgency of sharing that open enrollments and renewals are happening. So if you guys have any clients that need assistance, I left my flyer there so we can help them out. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much.
And then James, a reminder, just wanted to welcome all of the new members, and if you're not currently a collaborative member, we invite you to join. There are membership applications outside. They are sliding scale individuals. We have some fantastic members, and we really appreciate you, and we'll just encourage you to join us.
Thank you, Debbie. Sandy and Marietta, thank you so much for coming and sharing your insight in your work in our community, and we would love to have you be a part of this. Your voice is important to us, and we want to hear from you. And Bethany had to take off, so grateful for the work that's going on in the Maple community. And Blandy and Jason, thank you for coming, and thank you for the great work organizing in our city, pulling faith community together to challenge our city to not let this go, and to take responsibility to have an important part in helping us to address these needs that we talked about today. George, thank you for being part of our meeting today. It's great to have you, and all the rest of you. Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Right on time.
What's that? Oh, my fault. Yeah. Okay.